Today we compare the King James Version to the modern English versions of the Bible. The question that arises states, the King James Version is difficult to understand, so I read the New International Version. What do you say? Solution to this problem. It is a well-known fact that this generation doesn't speak King James English. However, the modernizers meant very well by modernizing the English so people could understand the Bible. Nevertheless, questioner, please note that while they were modernizing King James English, they deleted many verses from the New Testament only. People don't notice the missing verses in this New English version when they read the Bible. Examples of some missing verses in the New Testament are verse 21 of Matthew 17, verse 11 of Matthew 18, verse 14 of Matthew 23, verse 16 of Mark 7, verse 44 and 46 of Mark 9, verse 26 of Mark 11, verse 28 of Mark 15, verse 36 of Luke 17, verse 3 and 4 of John 5, verse 37 of Acts 8, verse 34 of Acts 15, verse 6 to 8 of Acts 24, verse 29 of Acts 28, verse 24 of Romans 16, verse 7 and 8 of 1 John 5. These are just examples, and many more throughout the New Testament were purposely deleted without a footnote. When the translators find repetition, they delete it. And if the verse has to stay, they make the verse a footnote. Or sometimes they will box the verse and note it as the footnote. So make sure to read the footnote of all pages of your New English Version. By so doing, you won't be missing a lot. There are other omissions. Many verses were not complete. They are cut short. These are just some examples. Matthew 20:16, the King James Version reads, "So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen." See how the modern translation missed "for many be called, but few chosen." Another example, Luke 4 verse 8, King James Version says, "And Jesus said unto him, Get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve." See how "get thee behind me, Satan" is missing in the modern translation. Another example is found in Acts chapter 9, verse 5 and 6. King James Version reads, "And he said, Who art thou, Lord? The Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecute. It is hard for thee to kick against the bricks." Look at the modern translation. See how "it is hard for thee to kick against the bricks" is missing in modern translation. Of course, we know this is during the Paul conversion. Verse 6 of it, and he trembling and astonished said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? And the Lord said, Arise and go into the city, and it will be told thee what thou must do. See how, and he trembled, astonished, said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? It's missing in the modern translation. Another example is found in Luke 9, verse 55. King James read, And he turned and rebuked them and said, You know not what manner of spirit you are of. See how that is missing in the modern translation. Another example is found in Luke chapter 9, verse 56. King James Version read, For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's life, but to save them. And they went to another village. See how, for the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's life, but to save them, is missing in the modern translation. Another example is found in Mark chapter 6, verse 11. King James Version read, And whosoever shall not receive nor hear you, when you depart, shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. See how that is missing from the modern translation. These are just examples. There are more verses. We are cut short in the New Testament. Many Christians continue to read the King James Old English Version. They refuse to accept the modern translation. The small survey we made among 17 Bible reading Christians revealed that only 8 out of these 17 Christians surveyed read the modern translation, while 9 continue to read the King James Version. I read both King James Old and New Version and also the modern translation. That is how I notice these omissions. In fact, bottom line is that we should look at the modern translation of the Bible as a plus to the Christendom, because statistics has proven that more people read the Bible since the modern English. Currently, there are many religious books. The Holy Bible for the Christian, the Book of Mormon the Book of Mormon, the Torah for the Jews, Tanakh for the Jews, the Gita for the Hindus, the Rig Veda for the Hindus, Guru for the Sikh, Triptychon for the Buddhists, Quran for the Islam. The genuine thing is that, according to the world record, estimated that the Holy Bible is the best-selling religious book of all times. According to byliner.com, over 5 billion copies of the Holy Bible have been sold. So, if the world population clocks at 9 billion, the Bible is then in the hand of over half the population. The population of people reading the Bible could be more than statistics claimed. Why? Because many people may not buy the Bible, but will rather Google and read the Bible through the internet and smartphone. because the Bible is listed as the most searched book in the world. Stay tuned for the next topic.